Now let's have a look at this question. The latitude and longitude of a point X on the Earth's surface are 60 degrees north and 22 degrees east, and another point Y are 60 degrees north and 38 degrees west. Take the radius of the Earth to be 6,400 kilometers and pi to be 3.142. Find A, the radius of a circle of latitude through X and Y. B, the shortest distance XY along parallel of latitude. I, the shortest distance between X and Y. Now let's try to solve the question by drawing the Earth first. So this is my Earth. This is the axis of the Earth. The question says latitude and longitude of a point X on the Earth's surface are 60 degrees north and 22 degrees east. So 60 degrees north is the latitude. So I'll draw my latitude 60 degrees north. This is my latitude. And I said every latitude will create an angle, will create a circle. So this is 60 degrees north. 60 degrees north. And in fact, longitude is 22 degrees east. So 22 degrees. What does it mean, the latitude? It means the latitude at this point. So this is the point X on the Earth's surface. 22 degrees east. Another point, which is Y, 60 degrees north, means that it is on the same latitude. And 38 degrees west. So this one will be, the longitude will be 38 degrees west. So this longitude is 38 degrees west. Now let me use other markers to show the indication that you understand very well. What I have to do, this is the center of the circle. This is the circle created by the latitude, the small circle. Now, I have to indicate my reference point. That's the longitude 0 degrees, that is prime meridian. This longitude 0 degrees, it means the latitude at this point. So let me name this point G. From this to the center, and from the center to this point X will be the angle 22 degrees. And this is where the longitude 38 degrees west meets the latitude at this point. So this is the point Y. Point Y is this point. So from point Y to the center, let me take the center O. That is 38 degrees west. Let me draw this circle out. Drawing it out, I will quickly have this. The point Y is here. The point X is here. And the point G is here. This is the center. Here is 22 degrees. Here is 38 degrees. Don't bother because the 22 angle here seems to be bigger than this because it's not brought to scale. This is 0 degrees. This is 0. At the center, 0. Now, the question says that we should calculate the radius of the latitude through X and Y. The radius. You see, this one, the angle falls on latitude. So this is the radius. This is the radius, this is the radius. So this is the radius, this is the radius. How do you calculate the radius? In the first video that I made, I indicated that the small r is equal to capital R cos theta. So in that case, it will be capital R is given the question as 6,400. So small r is equal to 6,400 cos the angle. What's the angle of the latitude? 60 degrees. 60 degrees. And R will be equal to 6,400 cos 60 gives what? 3,200 kilometers. That's for the question A. That's the radius of a circle of latitude through X and Y. Now, the next question, the shortest distance xy along the parallel of latitude. Along the parallel of latitude, this is the latitude. You see, this is the latitude. Along the latitude will be the x to y. That's the arc, the length of the arc. Talking about the length of the arc. And the length of the arc formula, which you have learned already in core mathematics, the length of the arc xy is equal to theta over 360 degrees times 2 pi r. This is small r. In some situations, it can be capital R when the angle falls on longitude. But in this case, the angle falls on latitude. So small r is used. You should not get yourself confused. And how do we get the angle? The whole of this angle will be 38 plus 22, and that gives what? 60 degrees. The whole of this angle, which will be 38 degrees plus 22 degrees, gives 60 degrees. So our theta is 60 degrees. And our arrow, small arrow, is capital R cos theta, which is 3,200 kilometers. So xy will be equal to theta, which is 60 over 360 times 2 times pi. Pi is given in the question as 3.142 times our r. Our arrow is 6,400 cos 60, which has given us 3,200 kilometers. So 3,200. So compute this. 60 times 2 times 3, 3.142 times 3,200. Then divide the answer by 360 and tell me what the answer is.
3,351.
3,351. Point 46. So this is the distance.
47, sorry.
Is that?
47.
47, okay. 47. Approximation? Okay, so I can write xy is approximately equal to 3,351 kilometers. That's the distance along the parallel of latitude. And the next question is also that we should do what? The next question is that we should calculate the shortest distance between x and y. The shortest distance between x and y. That's what you should calculate. So now, let's see. Let me clean the top. So I'll calculate this is the first question. This is the second question. The third question is that we should find just the shortest distance. The shortest distance. So if you have this circle, x, y, with here 60 degrees, with the radius, which is 3,200. 3,200. That's the radius of the circle created by the latitude. So we have to calculate for the shortest distance. If you want shortest distance, then it will be just the chord. When we ask you shortest distance, for moving from this place to y, x to y, passing through the chord will be shorter than passing through the arc. So when they ask you just the shortest distance, mean that they are talking about the distance of the arc length. So the length of the chord. And when you are asked to calculate for the distance along the parallel of latitude, then they are asking you to calculate for the arc length. But in this case, not along the parallel of latitude, but just the shortest distance, and the shortest distance will be the chord. Since the triangle OXY is an isosceles triangle, so here will be 30 degrees, here will be 30 degrees. Arrow, this small arrow, which is 3,200, and let's D, X, Y, O, and this distance dy is the same as xd. And from here, this, to calculate for dy, this, a right angled triangle, and here is also 90 degrees. So we pick triangle ODY, picking it, this opposite and this hypotenuse, so sine 30 degrees is equals to opposite, which is dy over the hypotenuse 3,200. Now dy will be equals to 3,200 sine 30 degrees. And that will give you 1,600. 1,600 kilometers for dy. And xd is also 1,600. So it means 1,600 times 2, or 1,600 plus 1,600, which will give us 3,200. So xy is equals to 1,600 times 2, which will give us 3,200 kilometers. And that ends the question. I am Hussein Abdulrazak Ninjaman. Subscribe for more videos on mechanics, logical reasoning, advanced calculus, pyramids, how to calculate the height and angles pyramid mixed with the base and other things. Thank you very much.